I once heard a story of a poor family that had a special dessert. There were only 4 pieces of cake for 5 people. The mom, who wanted a piece of cake really badly, but understanding how much the others did too, said, "I don't like cake," and let the others enjoy the treat. Why did she do this? She wanted a piece of cake badly, but yet in the end, she had nothing. She could have split the cake into smaller pieces. Why doesn't she? What she did is what we know as sacrifice. She wanted the cake, but yet she loved her family so much that she was willing to give up a piece, no matter the size, so that she can see them happy. I bet she would have given up everything so she could see them live. Recalling back in history, whenever there's a great time of sacrifice, there is most likely a magnificent story of valor, heroism, and triumph that went with it. From a tale surrounding the courage and bravery of the mighty 300 Spartans of ancient Greece and their extraordinary last stand at the Battle of Thermopylae, to a story about love and emotion of Mother Mary giving up her son Jesus Christ, and to a story yet so brutal but so fascinating of the ancient Aztecs and their human sacrifices as a ceremony to their gods. While not every sacrifice made is as comparatively as tragic as those, the definition and purpose of sacrifice still remain unchanged, and that is to give something greater, give up oneself for something greater. And whether hearing this term in a eulogy describing an excellent man who served and sacrificed themselves for this country, or seeing my hardworking father coming home exhausted after working extra hours to take care of his family before coaching our sports teams afterward, reminding us that it's easy to make sacrifices for the things you love most. The term sacrifice was one of the very first words that I understood before starting my journey here at STA. It commenced following my first visit. I remember getting inside of the car with my mother and telling her that St. Thomas would be the place for me. At the time, my mom said that me going to the school would be a sacrifice for everyone, for me and for them. I didn't fully take in what she had just said to me. I listened and I heard her, but I didn't fully understand it until later. She described her statement in 3 extremely significant parts. Part 1, financially, this would be an added cost to our family. With my older brother away at college and my mother just starting her own jewelry business, things would be pretty tight for us. The second part is that I would have to make sacrifices along the way. Some of these included sacrificing my free time, sleep, energy, and social life beyond these school walls, such as hanging out with friends or not getting to social media until the end of my sophomore year, because mediocrity would just not exist as an option. And part 3 would be seeing that reality that we just could not and would not work like what people would call keeping up with the Joneses, and that I would not be getting all the things that my peers could, like go to more vacations and affording nice things because we were sometimes on a budget. Like my mother said, don't even bother asking me for anything. Every year that I'm at STA, the word sacrifice would always come up, and I never missed an opportunity to stop and appreciate all the things, no matter how small they were, that came from my sacrifices. To me, the results that came from sacrifices looked like a nice sports car or the beauty that this earth has provided to us. And as I got older, I would often get stopped in my tracks, and the word itself took on a life of its own. From all these examples, I knew that one mistake would not only cost me my sacrifices, but everyone else's who've been a huge part of my life. However, this did not stop any of us from reaching our dreams and getting what we desired. My brother is successfully working towards his art degree, and my mother quit her main job to focus more on her business and her family, and she couldn't have done any better at both. Though my parents' and family sacrifices aren't enough to change the world, they have truly changed my life for the better. They are the heroes in my story, and because of their love for my brothers and me, they sacrifice their time, money, and energy for us, and their triumph as parents will truly never be overlooked. So, how many of you are willing to give up something for something greater? Would you suffer for the person to your right and your left, for the person in front and behind you? How far are you willing to go to sacrifice yourself for something greater? Thank you, and God bless.